of people were scared about COVID and they didn't like Donald Trump's performance in COVID, right or wrong?
No,
Did they
it was
say
fraud.
Donald Trump made that election in addition
Wrong.
to having Jared Kushner be his campaign manager?
They stole it.
Keeping Anthony
Absolutely
Fauci
wrong.
in charge.
They stole it.
Now, he admitted that was a
Who is
mistake.
this, by the way?
But he did make a mistake, and people noticed, and they especially noticed when they were forced to take the vaccine after Trump
I mean, just cut the
left the White
bullshit.
House.
Fraud.
But the actual fact that Trump got more votes and Biden got more votes, it's called voter turnout. More people were energized and more people voted, and they voted across the board. It was not selectively in one state or another. It was nationwide.
I'm from San Francisco.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll let you know.
We'll never know, and that was the whole point. We'll never know. Because, how do you, sir, let me ask you a direct question. How do you prove it? That it made the difference. How do you prove it?
You want to see my shoes?
I think it did, but I can't prove it. No. Tell me what the proof is. That a court would pay attention to. Tell me what the proof would be.
What is that? What is that? His card.
You don't have it. Look, of course, no, sir, what is the proof?
Picture's done every on that. He's really good.
I'm listening.
And you're
No, that's not proof. No, let me move on because there's another question. We have this discussion afterwards. Look, what happened with Zuckerbucks was because the liberals were mad at Zuckerberg because he supposedly let Russian propaganda appear on Facebook in the 2016 election. Yes.
This is Dick Morris. Hold on one second. He was on his way here, and they stopped him. Hold on.
On Fifth Avenue.
Dick, you're on.
I live at Trump Tower, and you think it would be a simple matter to walk 6 blocks to your headquarters, but it wasn't. Every single street is closed. The cops won't even let you wait and try to cross the other way. Even if you go 5 or 6 blocks out of your way, you can't get through. So I'm very sorry that it's not there.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I could not get here. I got out of my Uber. I was stopped walking because Biden was coming through.
The fact is that he's ahead, and I think that's a real surprise. I think Trump's done very well in the last 2 weeks, and Harris has done very badly. He's just left it drift, and he hasn't defended himself aggressively. And I think that Harris's image is a lot worse today than it was 2 weeks ago. And I think that really is hurting her. And I think that Trump has a huge edge going into this debate. And I expect Trump to win this by a lot. When I spoke to Trump earlier tonight, I told my friend Dr. Piero said that in a street fight, the important thing is to punch first. Because the guy who lands the first punch usually wins. And in this case, I think that's true. And I think Trump is going to come out of the gate and really go after her positions. And she just took a new one today, which was incredible. She urged decriminalization of heroin and cocaine and all kinds of hard drugs. And I think all of her positions together are just so extreme, so incredible, that I think she's going to be in very bad shape coming out of this debate. And I think Trump is going to win.
Thank you.
So, look, I'm not trying to minimize what Zuckerberg is, but that was his tenants because they linked to the Russian propaganda. Now, here, okay. So, Zuckerberg did try to impact the election. There was a skewing of the results. We just don't know the magnitude of it. But worse is happening this year. Joe Biden has signed an executive order commanding every federal agency can I have a little bit of silence, please? I'm only going to speak for 2 more minutes, then you can all talk with amongst yourselves. Joe Biden signed an executive order saying anyone in the federal government has a personal responsibility to register people and help get out the vote. In other words, he has weaponized the federal government as an election machine that the old Tammany Hall would have been in awe of. That is appalling because no president until now has actually tried to harness the resources of the federal government for their campaign. Guess who he put in charge of that effort? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris went to the education department By the way, the education department gives out work-study money. So you go to college, you're poor, instead of just getting a grant, sometimes they let you work and work it off. They give you a job on campus or with some group. She countermanded and ordered them to change their policy that work-study funds couldn't be spent to employ someone in a get-out-the-vote or political organization effort. So now people are working for nonprofits that are registered voters and getting out the vote with work-study money that comes out of your pockets, and the person responsible for that is Kamala Harris. And I'm writing a report on that for the Committee on Least Prosperity. It will be published next week. I'm sure that you can, if you contact the organizers here, or I'll give you my email, I'll send you a copy of the report. My email is johnfund, F-U-N-D, 99@gmail.com. I'll make sure you get a special copy of the report for free.
Where's the opposition?
Where's the opposition? What?
On that issue.
Well, Congress has issued many subpoenas, and the Biden administration's attitude is, we don't need no stinking answers. So the subpoenas have been issued, and the Biden administration has ignored them. We're going to find out the truth if the Republicans hold the House and Senate sometime in January, February, or March. We'll find out what happened. I think it's a danger, but I think it can still be overcome, because I do agree with Dick Morris that Kamala Harris has run a bad campaign the last 2 weeks, and Donald Trump has run a better one. I think, how much time do we have? One more? One more.
What political advantage does Trump see in repeating the pledge to deport 10 million immigrants?
I would say it's the golden oldies. He gets a rise in an audience response from that in front of his rallies. He loves to play to the rallies. Look, let me be quite honest, having known Donald Trump for 38 years. The Speaker of the House was approached by a friend of mine whose name we recognize and said, you know, what is Trump doing saying all these things? It's not practical. And the Speaker of the House looked at him and said, you know, I have learned in my time working with the President, which has been a privilege and a pleasure, to take him figuratively and not always literally. So the question is, you're asking two questions. What's the political impact? And the answer is everyone has already heard that. And a lot of people think, no, 10 million people are not going to be deported, but at least we could prevent the next 10 million from coming. Okay, I don't want to intrude on the rest of your evening. I think Robin wants me to come back at the end. Okay, just remember, go ahead and watch this as a partisan, but also try to keep in mind, what would you think about this?